I can't. Your sound is breaking.
We are live now.
Okay. We are live now. All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Just continue.
Just continue. Okay. Okay. All right. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Bamidele Michael Ayo, and I'll be your speaker for tonight. I would like to appreciate my brother and my mentor, Mr. Paul Badaki. All right, so we have been together now. It has been years. Okay, so we attended the same university together, and we happen to also serve together in our fellowship back then in school. So Mr. Paul has been a businessman. He has been a businessman right from school, and also me too have been into business. Okay, so this evening I'll be talking about money and the future of money. All right, so why do we have to talk about money? And here are the reason why we need to talk about money. The fact that everything we do, as long as we're on this planet Earth, anything we do for you to achieve your dream, take good care of your family, pay your children's school fees, get good health, access to good health, you need money. Okay, so maybe once we leave this planet Earth, irrespective of your religion, I'm a Christian, so we won't be spending money in heaven for fellow Christian, and I think it's also true for other religion. But while we're on this earth, we will be spending money, and that's why we need to talk about money. We need to be money literate. Okay, we can't afford to be ignorant. So I will start tonight by looking at the definition of money. What is money? Okay, so money is a commodity that is generally accepted as a medium of exchange. So what that tells us is that if, let's say, every one of us on this live stream, we decide to form a community, and we agree that for our service, any service rendered to ourselves in the community, that what we'll be accepting is, let's say, for example, a token, or let's say for any service rendered to a member of the community, you get, let's say, a thank you message. And if we agree on that, that is money. So thank you has become money to us because we agree. So let's say I'm a copywriter. I wrote a copy from, let's say, Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul is a serial businessman. So let's say I wrote a copy for him to help him sell his product. Okay. And because we have already agreed on our community that thank you is our medium of exchange. So if I offer my service to Mr. Paul and Mr. Paul tells me thank you, that and we agree on it, that is money. Which means if I'm to get another person service in our community, I can pay with that thank you. So that's the idea behind money. Anything, any commodity that is agreed as a medium of exchange. And that's why you see that there are different forms of money. So which will bring us to the history of money. So when back then when people started trading, okay, we know a lot of history of from cave to stone age. So when people started trading, then there was no physical money as we know it. But the medium of exchange, the money they were using then was gold. They were using gold, precious metal, precious stone as a medium of exchange. So when you walk to somebody's store and you need products, okay, so you pay with maybe your gold, you pay with your brass, your copper, and that was how it started. So but a time came when the government of the people at that time realized that this gold are scarce in commodity. Okay, so these are very rare and precious metal that can't be found anywhere. So there was a deficiency, and the deficiency was that the money was the what they used to make money was in short supply. Okay, so in looking for solution for that came the fiat money, which was the paper money, and it started from China. Okay, so it was a long story, but let's just skip to that point. So in China, they started using paper money, and it was widely accepted. Gradually, it found its way to Europe, and they started accepting paper money as uh, a form of exchange. So now we have different types of money. Okay, the first money that was in existence was commodity money, which involves people trading, making exchange with gold, with brass, with precious metals, precious stones. So, but it could not really, these stones were not in abundance, just like we have paper money now. So, but let's look at the fiat money that we have. Okay, so now another thing we need to know is currency. So, what is a currency? A currency is money that is legalized by a country. Okay, so take for example, we have naira in Nigeria. Naira is our currency, and the reason why naira is our currency is because our government legalized naira. So when you go to America, the money legalized there is not naira, it is US dollar. Okay, so in America, their currency is US dollar. So when we are talking about currency, we are talking about the legalized money in a particular country, and that's why uh, when you move to England, so you meet pounds, right? When you move to Ghana, you meet cedis. That's the currency of the country. So that's the difference between currency and money. So what you call a currency in, if you go outside Nigeria, it might not be recognized, and that's the simple truth. If you go to America today with your naira, you can't just, it's not accepted as a medium of exchange except you go through the bank. Okay, so we have looked at money, we have looked at currency, and I would like us to look at the fiat money that we spend. Okay, so the fiat money that we spend, which can come in form of paper money or coin. All right, but the major one that we have that is globally recognized is the paper money. Okay, and part of the reason why the coin part of the fiat money went there was because it was expensive to make. Imagine spending 10 kobo to print out 1 kobo. Imagine spending 10 kobo in resources to print 1 kobo in currency. It was expensive, and it was hard to move. Okay, so it was very difficult to move. So they have to move to paper money. Okay, so now let's look at fiat money. So fiat money is the currency that is recognized in a country. So, and it has advantages and it has disadvantages. Okay, so currently in the world we have fiat money. Each country has their fiat money, which appears to be their currency, and also we have digital currencies. Okay, so when we talk about digital currencies, we are looking at the cryptocurrencies, the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, and so on and so forth. And remember, from our definition of money, I said money is a commodity that is generally accepted as a medium of exchange. So likewise, in this community, we can decide that from today's henceforth, when we make trade with each other, we'll be accepting Bitcoin. So in as long as there's an agreement, you offer me your service and I gave you Bitcoin, you accept it. Another person, I offer my service to another person and the person accept it, and I accept the payment in Bitcoin. That means Bitcoin is our money. Okay. All right. So part of the reason why the country uses fiat currency, so the advantages for them is that uh, the government can control it. Okay. So let's look at the functions of money. So before we look at the types of money, we have three major functions of money, which is number one, medium of exchange. It must be exchange. It must be accepted as a medium of exchange. If not, it's not a money. All right. So if we can remember from history, in Nigerian history, when there was a Biafra war, you realize that Nigeria has to change their currency to make the money with the Biafra people, to render their money useless. Nigeria changed their currency. So the money in their hand were useless. So in fact, when the war ended, I think they had to share some tokens, like a very, very small amount of money to those Biafran people. And they lost a lot. Like, imagine you having 20 million naira, 30 million naira, and your money is valueless. And the reason why it's valueless is because it's no longer accepted. You can't spend it. Okay, so it's just better if you just burn it. You put it on fire. Okay, so one of the first function I mentioned is medium of exchange. Then another function is it must be a means of storing value. Okay, so when you work, you should be paid your money, and you should be able to store it. So any commodity that is accepted as medium of exchange should also be storable. You're able to store it. Then third one should be accountability. You should be able to account for it, like count it. Okay, so those are the three main functions of money. So now, I was speaking earlier about fiat currency. So every country has their own currency, which happens to be their money. And one of the reasons is that it's they want control, they can control it. So Nigeria, through the Central Bank of Nigeria, has power over its money. So Nigeria can print its money, okay, regulate the flow of the money. And that is why when we talk about cryptocurrency, government are frowning about digital currency. And the major reason why government frown at digital currency is because they can't control it. Okay, so government can't control Bitcoin, they can't monitor it, and that's why most of the countries in the world have not accepted digital currency, because number one, they can't control it. Number two, it's going to affect their own currency. So imagine if Bitcoin or other, let's say other coin is generally accepted in Nigeria, what will happen is that the demand for naira will go down. And that's why uh december December last year to February of this year, Nigeria Central Bank of Nigeria banned cryptocurrency in Nigeria. And the reason that they gave was that the demand for US dollar that Nigeria used to trade cryptocurrency is causing naira to lose value. So if the currency of a country is no longer needed by a citizen, naturally the currency will begin to lose value. Okay, so that's that to the advantages of countries having their own currency. Okay, so now I would like us to look at method of making money. We have spoke about money, how that is a medium of exchange. So let's look at our method of making money, and I'll be referencing my mentor and a teacher of mine, Robert Kiyosaki. So as a human being, we are in one of these four categories. Okay, number one, we are either in the employee category, where you work. Okay, you work, maybe you work in a bank, you work in a school, you work in a restaurant, in an hotel, you're an employee. Okay, so that's the first category. And the second category we have is the self-employed. So self-employed in a sense that you don't have a job. Okay, you don't work for somebody, you work for yourself. And this, so self-employed. Then we have the third one, which is business owner. Oftentimes we confuse business owner with self-employed. Okay, so a man that has, let's say, a store in the market that sells, let's say, laptop, that sells gadgets, claims to be a business owner, but in the real sense, he's not a business owner, he's self-employed. Because for you to be a business owner, your business should be able to run without you. So if you have to stay in your shop to make a living, you are self-employed and you are not a business owner. So business owner are people that have built their business over time, and they don't have to be in their offices for their business to run. So when we are mentioning business owner, we mention people like Dangote. Dangote doesn't have to be in his cement factory or his sugar factory for the factory to run. In fact, Dangote can leave Nigeria, go on 5 years vacation, and his company will continue to run. So Dangote is a businessman. So then we have the last category, which are investors. Okay, so investors are people that are very, very wealthy, and they don't want to go through the stress of starting a business. So what they do is they look for prospects, they look for bright prospects, and they invest their money. So they invest their money in those people or those businesses, and they get return on investment. So these are the four ways to make money. So you are either in the employee category, or you are self-employed, or thirdly, you are a business owner, and lastly, you are an investor. So these are the four ways legally to make money. Why there are other ways to make money? Okay, so you can make money through fraud, which I won't advise, which is something that is against money entirely, because you are not giving value and you are getting money. Is against the principle of money. Uh, some persons are fortunate enough to be born in wealthy family, royal family. Okay, so you can't take that away from them. Then people marry for money, is accepted. Okay, and you can't, there's nothing we can do about it. So those are other ways people make money, but the right way you can earn your money are those four ways. And as an individual, it should be your goal to move, to at least minimum move from the first two stage to be in the third stage, which are the business owner, and the last one, which are the investor. Because the truth is, if you work for money, if you work for money as an employee, okay, I'm sorry. My apology, NEPA just took light. So if you work for money, if you work for money as an employee, if you work for money as an employee, the truth is that uh, your salary will just be for you taking care of yourself. And we have seen it over time that people, employees, and can never be as rich as their bosses. Okay, because you're not taking risk. Actually, you're not taking major risks, so your boss takes the risks. So in money, the higher the risk you take, the more money you make. While we also have self-employed, part of the self-employed are the lawyers that works for themselves, the doctors that set up private hospital, they are self-employed. Those are not businesses. Then we have, so your goal, if you are starting out maybe as a undergraduate, a fresh graduate, is could be to get a job. Then from getting a job, you can have a side hustle. And thank God for the internet. The internet is a wonderful thing to happen to humanity, because thanks to the internet, you can now, you can be making money off your phone. Like, since I've graduated 2019, I've never had a job. Okay, like physical job, I've never worked with my certificates on my CV, but I've been living fine because of the internet. Okay, so that's that. Then your goal should be to move from the first category, which is having a job, while likewise building a side hustle, to being self-employed. Then when your business or your side hustle is enough to replace your job, if your job is something that you does not have pride in, there are some jobs that you do it not for the money. So if the major reason why you are at your job is for money reason, you can move to the self-employed. Then from the self-employed, where you grow enough, you can move to the business category. Then from the business category, God blesses your business, you can move to the investor category. Okay, so let's look at the future of money. Now, one of the greatest disadvantage to currencies, to country currencies, is inflation. We are not new to the word inflation. We do hear it, inflation, inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is when there's a decrease in your purchasing ability. So what that means is, let's say 2005, let's assume 2000 and let's use 2012. Let's go 10 years back. You have 1 million naira in your account. Okay, in 2012, let's say 1 million naira could actually buy you, let's say, a plot of land at Lekki in 2012. Now fast forward to 2022, you will all agree with me that 1 million naira cannot buy you uh, is there anything like quarter of a plot of land in Lekki. And why? Because there have been inflation over time, and the major cause of inflation is that the country keep printing more money. There's more money in circulation. So I don't tell my friends, my colleague, that there's no money scarcity. If you are broke today, there's no need for panic. Don't panic. Okay, there's enough money to go around. So inflation is the biggest challenge to currencies, because what the value of money you have 10 years ago will not remain the same to what you have presently. So as I said, in 2012, let's assume 1 million naira can buy you a plot of land in Lekki, Lagos State. Today, 2022, 1 million naira will not pay you, will not get you an house rent. Not just getting a land now, it won't afford a house rent in Lekki, two-bedroom flat. You won't get it in Lekki for 1 million naira. So what has happened is that inflation rate has occurred over time. So this is the greatest challenge with money. This is the greatest challenge money is facing, because inflation rate keep on rising. I checked the inflation rate for naira. I looked at 2020, it was 13%. So what happened is that from 2019 to 2020, your money has lost its value by 13%. So if you kept 1 million naira in your account in 2019, when you are welcome to 2020, your money has lost 13% value, like 873,000, 877,000. Okay, so inflation is a big challenge to money, and that's where digital currency comes in. Okay, so I trade cryptocurrency a lot, and if you look at the history of Bitcoin started 2009. Okay, it started around 2009, and at 2009, one Bitcoin was not $1 in 2009 will get you 1,700 Bitcoin. That's 2009. $1 will get you 1,700 pieces of Bitcoin. In 2022, $1 cannot get you 0.0000. You will keep counting your zeros of Bitcoin. What happened? So why is it that in 2009 the prices of Bitcoin goes up? So let's assume 2009 now. Okay, you had 1 million dollar, or let's use $1. Let's say 2009 you had $1 in your bank account. So 2009, $1 can get you 1,700 pieces of Bitcoin. Let's use two people for example. Let's say Mr. A 2009 purchased one Bitcoin for $1 for 1,700 pieces of Bitcoin, while Mr. B keeps his $1 in his bank account. So fast forward to 2022. Okay, so let's assume we're in 2009. So now we're in the future. Okay, so we're in the future now. In 2022, the Mr. A that bought Bitcoin with $1, that bought 1,700 pieces, and today current rate, you can sell one Bitcoin for $28,000. Okay, $28,000. Just with your calculator, when we are done with the class, multiply it by 1,700 pieces. So you'll be having, okay, you'll be having something around over $28 million. Okay, you'll be having over $28 million if you had made an investment of $1 in Bitcoin in 2009. Why Mr. B that kept his $1 in his account to 2022, $1 will not buy you one Bitcoin. And why is that? Because from 2009 to 2022, a lot of money has been printed. Why the quantity of Bitcoin remained the same? So I don't know if you get the scenario. So from 2009, there was 21 million Bitcoin in circulation. 2022, there is still 21 million pieces of Bitcoin in circulation. So that is why, and as demand for Bitcoin keep growing, the value keep growing. So my advice for you is, once you start making money, reinvest your money. When you start making money, so let's say currency now, once you start making currency, to position yourself for the future, you need to start converting your currency to scarce commodity. So we can look at gold, for example. You can, when you make money, you can convert your currency to gold. Okay, and the reason why I mention gold is because gold can be exchanged back to money. You can convert your currency to gold, then you can also invest your currency into real estate. You can reinvest your currency into real estate. Also, you can reinvest your currency into stock market. So money, currency that we have, let's assume we're in Nigeria, so let's say naira, the naira in your hand should be reinvested. So when you work for money, when you do business, when you make your naira, don't save all your money in naira. So let's say you work, or you're a business owner and you make money. So my advice for you to be prepared for the future is, don't, okay, sorry for the interruption in network, have a large percentage of your money converted to scarce commodities. I've mentioned gold, I've mentioned cryptocurrency, I've mentioned real estate, I've mentioned stocks. Okay, why is that? Because the volume of land, the volume of land in the world is not going to increase. And guess what? Our number, our population, world population keep increasing every year, and the volume of land that we have will not what? Will not increase. So imagine if in the year 2022 now, you get yourself a plot of land, maybe in your village, in the city where you are. By 2030, automatically, uh, if there's no evil occurrence or any negative occurrence in that community, the value for your money will have increased. Why? Because you bought a commodity that is limited. Okay, so you bought a commodity that is limited. So meanwhile, also, aside from real estate, if you buy gold in 2022, by 2030, there will be increase in return on investment. Why? Because the value of gold is literally constant. So while when you keep your money in your country currency, when you keep your money in currency that is generally accepted, the value, the purchasing ability keep decreasing. And the simple logic is because every year the country prints more money. So when you look at, next time you withdraw money from your ATM, look at the years. You will see that some of the currency were made in 2000 and, let's say, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. So which means every year the government of your country has the ability to keep printing money. So the best way to position yourself for the future is, when you make your money, when you earn your money, reinvest it into scarce commodity. So money follows demand and supply. The more there is demand for the commodity, the more the value goes up. So when you work hard for your money, the best thing to do is not just to save in currency. The best thing to do to prepare yourself for the future is to convert your local currency into scarce commodity. So you need to convert your money. Stop saving or everything you earn in your bank account, And the funny thing is, the money you save in your bank account, bank trades with it. They make money, and that's why you see different banks advertising savings account. They want you to save your money with them because that's what they use to do business. They trade with it, and in most cases they don't even give you a return on investment. So when you work for money, set aside some percentage of your money to convert to scarce commodity, like gold. Invest in gold, invest in real estate, invest in cryptocurrency, invest in stocks. Okay, buy Apple stocks, buy stocks, buy company stocks. Okay, so that is the best way to invest your money. So that's the best way to position yourself for the future, by investing your money, by converting your fiat to commodity money. I explained earlier that fiat is a type of money, while also commodity is a type of money. So when you work for fiat money, you do business, you make deals, you earn in fiat. As much as you can, convert them. Earlier 2022, naira was exchanging for around $420, $450 at local rate and at bank rate. But currently now, dollar is exchanged for over 600 naira. $1 is exchanged for 600 naira at uh, the black market rate. And this is because CBN and the people in power, they have decided to restrict the access of Nigerians to dollar. So imagine if you had bought dollar, if you had $1,000 in January, which was what, around let's say 450,000 naira, in June now, without working, without breaking a sweat, your money will be worth 600,000 naira. Okay, so that's it. Now imagine if you have invested it maybe in real estate, in scarce commodity like gold and thereabouts, you will see a return on investment. So the smart way to position yourself for the future is, as much as you can, convert your fiat currency to scarce commodity. So I will be ending my session on this note. Okay, so I don't know if there's anyone with question. All right, Mr. Paul. Hello, Mr. Paul. Hello, Mr. Paul.
Wow, 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 wow. For those who heard from our speaker, it was a wonderful time. So we'll be having our own smartpreneur coming up on stage now. Please, for those that are having problem with their sound, please just hold on with us. We're fixing everything up, okay? Please, our own smartpreneur, please, you are up on stage. Thank you very much. You're up on stage now.
All right. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. How you doing now?
Very, very, very fine.
All right. So, good evening, guys. Good evening, everybody. If you can hear me, let me know in the comment section. If you can hear and see me clearly, let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Okay, Michael, my ogake, abeg o, put me on ground. It's only Michael that is live with us here this evening. But Michael, good evening. I listened to your session where you talked. I listened to the part where you talked about paper money and all of that. It was amazing. It was amazing. Good evening, sir. Good evening. So I believe others will be joining us shortly. I believe they will be joining us shortly. Real quick, because I have an engagement in the next 30 to 45 minutes. So let me just do my thing. I believe they will check out the recordings. So thank you, Sir Deji, for this opportunity, because anytime I'm called upon like this to share stuff, I always see it as an opportunity for somebody to be blessed. Yeah. I see it as an opportunity for bringing somebody from his or her present stage to where he or she wants to be in the nearest future. So I always see it as an opportunity. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So real quick, I've been called upon to talk about what is it called again? The future and marketing. Yeah, future and marketing and all the many stuff. So I was talking about different areas this evening, starting from my story personally, because I did not fall from heaven. Okay, so there's always a journey, there's always a starting point, and there's always a future. I believe that's what this training is majorly about. We're not talking about the past, we're not talking about the present, we're talking about the future. But then I would love to start from the past down to the future this evening. So my story basically I'm sharing it now because Sadeji is my boss, and he knows where I'm coming from. Okay, more like back then from as an undergraduate, like back then from University of Benin, I was like nothing practically, and to this stage God has brought me into right now. So if at any point sir you can't see me, you can just let me know in the chat section. Okay, a minute please, let me put my phone do not disturb so nobody's call will disturb this stuff. Okay, like I said, it all started from during the COVID, the lockdown, right? To me personally, anytime I share this story, I always say, though it's not right, but in a way, COVID was a blessing for me. Yeah, for me personally, and some others, because I have a couple of guys that their journey started from the lockdown equally. So obviously, know that anything that has advantage has disadvantage. So the advantage for that period for me was it helped me discover myself. It helped me discover myself basically, which has spanned into finances, personal growth, network, relationship, connections, anything at all that I am right now. Okay, so back to the story. I graduated from University of Benin 2019, yeah, December 2019. And before that time, my life was just school. Okay, I never knew anything about the future in terms of marketing, right? Never knew anything about the future in terms of sales and every other thing that I'm doing currently in the digital space. Okay, so I was just the normal regular student until graduation, and you know that now you're no longer an undergraduate, so by default, no more pocket money. You know what pocket money means? If you're a Nigerian listening to me right now, so no more pocket money from parents and everything. So it's now time for you to struggle yourself to meet your basic needs, right? To meet your needs, even if your home will still be giving you food, shelter, right? So my plan for 2020 was to go for my plan for 2020 was to go for NYC because I graduated December 2019, right? You know that normal thing of after graduation, enter NYC, look for job, get married, or live your life, right? So, but then COVID came. COVID came and scattered that plan and opened a new chapter. Okay, it scattered that plan and opened a new chapter for me, all to the glory of God. So during that year, no more NYC, and I was at home. So even bad data was a problem because I was practically broke. But I was not depressed. I was not. I had to stay that fat because at least I was getting food at home and every other thing. So during that period, I was like, what should I do right now? I can't just be at home. We don't go out, let alone that, okay, maybe you want to go and look for a job or something. You are inside. So I picked my phone one day and I was scrolling through Facebook and I came across a course, a training on copywriting. Before that time, I was this type that loved writing. So, Sade, you can testify to the fact that while in school back then, I was into spoken word poetry, right? I write spoken word poetry, and sometimes I perform, but I was so shy most times I don't. So I was good with the writing stuff. So during that period, I never knew what was copywriting, but I just saw the word writing attached. And I was like, let me try my hands on this. Let me polish my writing skills. My plan was not even to make money from it, okay? Because making money in the online space as at that time was more like an illusion to me, right? If you tell me I'm making money from the digital space, don't worry, just follow me, okay? This is the future, right? This is the future of things, the future of work and everything. So if you have to tell me that somebody can make money from digital space, they'll be like, oh, it's Yahoo, it's illegal means, right? So my mindset was so myopic, was so short that it was terrible. So at that time, I was like, let me just learn this thing. So I clicked on the link, and unfortunately, it was not a free course. It was 5,000 naira. And like I told you, I was not having a dem in my account. So when I saw this stuff, and that would be the first time I would be attending an online training. When I saw this stuff, I was like, mad. How will I do this thing? But then, this is a lesson for you this evening, listening to me, or if you're listening to the recordings and at any time. See, anytime it gets to a point when you want to get something, right? You want to buy something, and you don't have the available resource to get that thing at that point. Instead of you to say, I can't get it, you should always ask yourself, how can I get it? Do you understand? It's two different things. If you say I can't get it, at that point you will shut your brain to every possibility and you will never get it. Or if you will get it, maybe later, when your mates have left you behind. Do you understand? But once you now say, how can I get it? Boom, your brain opens and you begin to see possibilities. So at that point, I was like, how can I get this course? How can I get this course? Okay. The next day, God having it, I saw a contest online where they were talking about writing. It was a writing contest, a writing competition. So I was like, let me enter this thing. First prize was 10,000, second prize was 5,000. So I was like, let me enter this thing. Even if it's the second position, once I get that 5,000, I will pay for this training to enhance my writing skill. Okay, that was around July 2020. So I entered the contest. Unfortunately, it was few days to the closing of the contest. But then I tried my best, I wrote, and God having it, I came out first position. Mad, I was surprised. Like, man, I was really like, because before I entered that competition, people were talking in terms of engagement, because the rule was the post with the highest number of engagements wins. So somebody was stopping with over 500, with over 300 engagements, because I won with about 500 engagements. When I mean engagement, talking about likes and comments. So when I came, everything got to having it. I won with 500 and above engagements. Okay, so I came out first. They sent the 10,000 naira to me, and I divided into two. I sent 5,000 naira to my coach. Yeah, my copywriting coach. I paid for the course, and that was how I got access to the course. Okay, I was the first person in that class, and in that training we were 303 in that set because the stuff was done every month till now. Since that July, okay, started April 2020, right? The first batch was April 2020, May, June. I enrolled for the fourth batch, which was July. Till date, I think they are in the, they should be in the, okay, that should be 12. Okay, I can't really place my head across now, but then like more than 15 editions already, right? So that was that. I got into the training and I was consistent. I learned, I put into practice, and now I'm a copywriter, a copywriting professional, or a copywriter, anyone you want to call me, okay? And now I teach people equally. I write for people, they pay. I enhance myself. I write to sell my own personal products, okay? Because copywriting is basically writing to sell something, writing to make people take action. That's what copywriting is all about. So that's the story of how I found myself in the digital space. Do you know why I shared this story? The thing is this, when we are talking about the future, we cannot separate it from the digital economy. If you are talking about the future, technology has taken over so many things. That's why you see a lot of people, they are working from their room and earning more than people on the field. So this phone, for example, that I'm using to communicate with you right now, it's technology. You're listening to me over there, wherever you are right now, it's technology. If you are to be doing a physical meeting, we would have been together by this time, right? All the facilitators put together, you would have been exhausted if we had to do the meeting physically one day, okay, right? Or we pay for logistics, we pay for the what is it called, the venue, and we pay for so many other things. But here we are. The only thing I think Sage will be paying for, maybe subscribe to StreamYard and data. Do you get? So in whatever way you want to classify these things, technology has come to help our lives, even if it has its own disadvantages. Okay, so when we're talking about the, I was talking about future and marketing. When we're talking about the future, we are not separating it from the digital space. And that's why I'm here this evening to encourage you, not to encourage you, maybe to whip you right now, right? With so many things. For example, if you're not taking the digital space very serious, you are, how will I put it right now? You're on a long thing, you are losing, okay? You are limiting yourself, right? You are limiting yourself. Let me put it like that. Because when we're talking about the future, we cannot separate it from you being in the digital space, right? You being visible online. Let me put it like that. Because that's what the future is taking us to right now. I've seen cases, in fact, I've applied for jobs, right? Where they come in for interview without seeing me physically. Right? We just do everything over the net, over the internet. So that's the future, right? But before, you have to go to the office physically, submit your CV, wait for them to call you for you to come for interview and everything. But now, just from your room, you submit your CV, send a mail to them with your what is it called now, cover letter, right? You send it to them, and if you are somebody you want to work with, they put you on interview. They have official stuff like this, maybe on Zoom or Google Meet or something, right? They interview you like this, and if you are qualified, they give you the job offer. Do you get? So we're not talking about the future. We're talking about becoming digital, going digital. Do you understand? Going digital. That's why you see, for example, somebody will be in the room in a local environment in his or her room, and the person is global already, by the virtue of being digital. So the future that we're talking about this evening, it's the digital space. That's where the future is heading to. I know that's quite alright. There are still some traditional things that work, okay. We cannot separate it. Right? In fact, you cannot go to Lagos. You want to travel to Lagos and you're in your room, right? You still have to go out, use airplane or road or something. So, but then we're talking about the future, talking about the possibilities available in the digital space. So it's high time you begin to make your own from it, right? Sometimes you begin to collect your own share. So, out of our time this evening, let's now enter the marketing aspect, future and marketing, right? So we're also talking about the future. and you want to start making money from your present and the future, you have to understand the concept of marketing. Okay, you have to understand what the concept of marketing. You cannot survive in the digital space if you are not in the business of sales and marketing. You'll be broke. You'll be broke. Okay, so you must understand that concept equally. That even as the digital space is the future we are looking into, you have to start learning the needed skills to accelerate in the economy. You have to start equipping yourself with some needed skills that will set you apart from the masses in this economy. Because we now have billions of people that are into this economy. So to differentiate yourself, you must be equipped with things that will make you valuable. Do you get? You must be equipped with things that when you step into a place, they sense you as a valuable person. Right? So we have different things you can equip yourself with. We have several skills you can equip yourself with. Okay. But for the course of this training this evening, this is my own session, my own topic that was given to me is the marketing aspect. Okay. A minute, please. Is the marketing aspect, right? So once you must understand in the game of marketing and the future, right? What is connected with the future and marketing is the fact that you have to begin to learn how to sell in this economy. You have to learn how to sell in this economy, either selling yourself, selling your knowledge, selling the skills you've acquired, anything you want to sell, shall learn how to sell in this economy. If not, you'll be broke, right? You'll be heading into the future. In fact, the future is not tomorrow, the future is now. Okay, so when we are saying the future, we're not talking about 20 years, we're not talking about 30 years, it's now, right? The future has started already. So it's either you begin to learn, it's either, what's the word now? It's either you begin to flow with what's happening in the future currently, or you will be left behind, right? So when it comes to the marketing game, you need to learn how to sell. I don't know how you would learn it, okay? You got to learn it. Like I said, it's either you want to sell yourself. See, when it comes to the selling game generally, it's not maggi and salt, pepper, crayfish. That's not the selling I'm talking about, right? The ability for you to be able to pitch either yourself, pitch your product, pitch your services, right? The ability for you to talk about what you do and you attract people. The ability for you to package some things, package solutions that solve people problem and attach a fee to it and people buy. Do you get? So these are several things you have to start looking into. Maybe I don't know this. I don't want to start mentioning skills right now, but then no matter the skill you've acquired currently, you have to come to a point where you begin to learn the basic, even if you're not going deeper. Do you get? You begin to learn the basics of these things on how to push them out. And one other thing I need to tell you this evening is that when it comes to the future and marketing, nobody will pay attention to your marketing in this future. I'm using the word in this future because the future has started long ago. Okay, nobody will pay attention to your marketing in this future if you are not somebody that dishes out value. Let me explain. Once people are not able to perceive you as somebody they learn from, once people are not able to perceive you as somebody they can learn from, once people are not able to perceive you as somebody they've been learning from, they will not pay attention to your marketing. That's why I normally tell my students or tell people that it's a step-by-step thing, right? So marketing is not the first, selling is not the first. The first thing is content marketing. So marketing entails obviously content marketing, sales and marketing. Okay, so if you want people to really pay attention to whatsoever you are marketing, whatsoever you want to market is not my business. If you want people to really pay attention to whatsoever you are marketing, then you must first pay attention to content marketing. So this evening, for example, my head was hot, right? I was tired and confused a bit because I'm kind of very active on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, right? I put out content on the social media platforms and everything. So I was trying to create content for the new week. I was trying to create content for I was on Twitter trying to put things together that I would tweet for the week, automate it kind of, so that either in my presence or my absence, my tweet will just be uploading itself. Okay, I was confused because the truth is this: if you don't pay attention to teaching people first, right? The game is this: you teach before you sell. And when I say teach, I'm not saying you start carrying white board and marker and start teaching people. Just for example, what I'm doing to you right now, right? I'm teaching. Okay, so can either do it in form of live sessions like this, either in form of tests, maybe on Facebook, in form of visuals on Instagram, whatever platform that suits you. Do you understand? But the point is this: just make sure somebody they are learning from you first. People tend to buy from people, right? I'm talking about the marketing right now, the future. This is the future. So it's not like the traditional way where you go to the market, you got buy dress, either the lecture you on it or not, right? Either the person gives you content or not, you would buy. You want to go and buy fish in the market, the fish seller does not have to put out content for you to come and buy fish. You just go there. But you see this future that we are, this future we've entered, or if you've entered your future, this future we've entered, sorry, you see this future we've entered, people don't just buy from people, they buy from people that gives them value. Yeah, they buy from people that provide solution to them first. They buy from people that have nurtured them. Okay, so before you're talking about marketing this future, you have to pay attention to nurturing. And what's that nurturing? Providing solutions to people's problems. Okay, teaching them, sharing opportunities, right? So if you're listening to me right now, you can check me out on any of my social media platforms, on Facebook, Esther Demigere, on Twitter, Esther Demigere, on Instagram. My name is the same across all platforms. Okay, you can check me out. You see that on these different platforms, I have thousands of followers. Okay, people don't just follow people like that. You see the way ants sugar attracts ants. That's how it is within the digital space. But people follow people that gives them value, right? So if you must pay attention to your marketing in this economy, some of the things you must do is putting out yourself, then be valuable. Then second, giving out value will not pay your bills. After giving out value, you will still be broke if you don't sell, right? So just make sure you are balancing it, giving them value and packaging a product for them, right? It can be a digital product. Yeah, I'm into the digital products in space. So I sell my knowledge, I sell my ideas, I sell my skills and every other thing. Okay, so one other thing that I want to discuss in this feature and marketing is the fact that when it comes to making profits or putting out yourself in order to make profits in this economy, because the truth is this: after all you've done, after all said and done and everything, if money is not coming, you'll be depressed, you will struggle, right? If money is not coming, you'll not be able to get some results. In fact, there will be times when people might not start listening to you again. They are not seeing evidence in your life, right? When you're not seeing results in your life, your marketing will be in vain in this future. So people follow people that they see evidence in their life. And of course, there are some things only money can do. There are some things money can buy, right? There are some things money like this now can change your looks. Money like this now can make you travel to attend a seminar in Lagos. It's money. Even if you got a scholarship to attend the seminar for free, you shall need money for transportation. So there are several things that you will definitely need money for, right? So that's why you have to be very, very careful or be wise enough to look for ways you can start monetizing this economy, or to look for ways that you can start making profits from this economy, right? And I've told you several ways. You can now sell your knowledge, you can sell your ideas, you can sell your skills, you can sell other people's products. In case you're just starting out right now, you've not created your product, there are several products on earth in the digital economy in this future that you can start selling and getting a commission from, right? You can start selling them and getting as high as 50% commission for a product you did not create. I know how many persons sell my products. I give them 50% commission, right? Always start from there before you start creating your products. In this future, we're talking about future and marketing. right? And another thing that would help you is you will be able to sell those products very well because you now understand marketing in this future, right? You've gotten to a point where you give out value daily to your audience. Audience building is very important. Obviously, you're not selling to animals, you're selling to humans. Okay, so you have to also pay attention to that part. Look for any platform you can not really necessarily dominate, but look for a platform where you would do things without stress. Maybe it's Twitter, Instagram, any platform that suits whatsoever niche you want to build. There are some niche that cannot survive on Twitter. There are some niche that might not survive on Facebook. So look for a platform associated with your niche. Then you can be on other platforms too, like me basically as a copywriter, majorly on Twitter and Instagram. Like Facebook basically is just, it's not as like catch cruise kind of, but then I'm into the social impact space, so that's what my Facebook family majorly knows me for, right? Then I'm LinkedIn too, in case you want to go into the career world. So study different platforms and know how they work. So when you're doing your marketing in this future, you would not be doing things haywire. Do you understand? Because the way you market on Twitter, that's not you market on Instagram. These things matter in this future. So, for example, yesterday on Twitter, I wrote something. I gave a copywriting tip. It was a form of test. I can't go and write that test on Instagram. Where do I want to put it? When the only thing can post there is image, videos, right? So what I did, I took that same test. I did it in form of video and I posted it on Instagram as reels. But I can take that same test and post it on Facebook. Do you understand? So know how these different platform works when you are marketing in this future. Okay, so what should I tell you about now? Basically, not all the time you catch crews, yeah, because if you're not serious, your audience will not be serious with you. Yeah, you're not a comedian, except you're going to the comedy industry, the skits, you want to make us laugh and everything. So the first thing is know your why. I think that was where I would have started from. In this future we are already. Know your why. Know why you are, know why you are on WhatsApp, know why you're on Facebook, know your major why, so that you don't be tossed to and fro. Right, so that you don't be cracking jokes, not be catching crews, you not be doing what ought not to be done, right? So know why you are doing what you want to do. Let me put it like that, because your why is what will sustain you in this future, in this digital economy. Your why is what will sustain you. Okay, so is there something I've not talked about? Okay, so yeah, I think that should be all for now. If you have a question, let me see in the chat box. Okay, in case you don't have any skill right now and you would love to learn what I've learned, there's making money for me, which is copywriting. You can reach out to me later to get a discount since you are from this section. So yeah, Sadeji, are you there with me? I have to run along right now. Sadeji, are you there with me? Sadeji, are you there?
Hello everyone. Can you hear me? I hope I hope I'm audible enough, right? Okay. Good evening everyone, and I am so pleased to actually join you this evening to actually talk about the future and tech, and I really appreciate the organizer of this awesome event to actually kind of share my experience about the future and technology, and how we can all be profitable in it, right? So I kind of like have 30 minutes to actually wrap this up. So if you are watching this replay, or if you are if you are watching this live, one question I wish I will I will need you to always ask yourself is, what is the future of tech like? The future of tech in relation to profitability. What is the future of tech in relation to profitability? That's actually what I actually wanted to ask yourself. This, as you're watching this videos, what is the future of tech as related to profitability? Because actually, the tech as a as a big industry is worth up to like more than is worth more than five trillion dollars, and it's just like a cake, right? You just have to cut your own slice out of it, right? Tech is worth more than $5 trillion, and there is a chunk of cake meant for you to actually digest. So always ask yourself is, okay, this tech that people are actually talking about, what it may, how can I actually, partake in this? How can I take, a small, even if it's a small slice of the package to myself, to build wealth, to build generational wealth, to build sustainable wealth for myself and, you know, for myself and family. So that is actually, something that you should ask yourself. Yeah, so I told you earlier about the tech industry, right? Tech is actually, tech has always been there, right? And we all know tech actually affected all industry. Like I'm telling you, virtually all industry, right? If you are not, on the tech train, like it seems as if you're actually, living backwards. That's actually the notion because of how prominent tech is. And you know and the thing about tech, actually, I think what actually became popular, this is what we call digital technology, right? Digital technology is actually what kind of, okay, everybody is actually like buzzing around with, social media, talking about, like all this artificial intelligence and all like that. So it's really, 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 really crazy, out there in the world of tech. Like innovations and innovations keep coming out every day. Tech has affected so many areas. Tech has, name it law, name it, name it medicine. Tech has affected so many areas in which, it's actually, affected it positively. So there are so many areas in which you can actually take, your own share towards profitability. And I just wanted to chip this in, right? So, as kind of like as Africans, normally we were kind of wired to be like consumer of technology, like our own in Africans' relation to tech is actually always from a consumer perspective. Like we always want to buy the latest phones, right? We always want to actually, create accounts. We are the one that is consuming this tech. We are the one aiming to buy Tesla. We are the one aiming to do this and do that. But have you ever thought about that? What the people that are creating this, that are combining forces to create this technology? Why can't I, join them? Why can't I be like them? So that's actually that angle you should actually, you know, be looking at, right? From shifting your attention from a consumer to like a producer, a creator. Like, come on, I should actually, start, getting myself busy with the, with the tech space and all like that. So digital technology is actually, an interesting space, and it's an ever evolving space. Like what works tomorrow is not working. Like what is working today is not working tomorrow again. You are just have to be at the top of your game. It's an ever evolving space, right? Even may feel like motion design, it's an ever evolving space. You hear of another software, another technique. Like right now, as I'm telling you, there's already, artificial intelligence it's actually disrupting everywhere, whereby we have, you will just tell a software, we call the software DAL-E, like open created by this company, OpenAI. So you just tell the software, I want an image of a flower dancing on the, like shaking to the winds, and the artificial intelligence creator will actually, give you an image that exactly, depicts what you say, what you type into it. So those the possibilities are just endless with tech, right? So instead of going to all this software and trying to get an image, you can just say, I want two ships, capsizing, and the AI will generate an image for you. So it's even causing, like a huge lot of tension and discussion in the industry right now. People are saying, oh, this AI has already come to take away our jobs and stuff like that. Yeah, so also I just wanted to also, when I tell you to take note of something, please kindly hold on to it, right? AI or tech is not it's not here to actually, take away the jobs, right? That is what people think. Oh, it's it's from the pit of hell. They are here to take away our jobs. No, AI is actually, or sorry, tech is actually here to like create new jobs, right? Trust me. The exciting thing about tech is that the roles of today, like the roles like that are popping up right now, were not in existence 2 years ago. Like the roles that are in existence right now are not in existence 2 years ago. So what are we saying? Like it creates new roles. You hear roles like they're just endless. Salesforce administrator, marketing automation, and roles as simple as Discord community manager, right? Like in the cryptocurrency space, I know people that are earning so much just trying to manage like like Discord group. Discord group is where they distribute all these airdrops and tokens, like all crypto projects, whereby you can be there with the founder of the project. So most of the time they need someone to just kind of just like managing a Facebook group, but like you are paying a foreign currency. So it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot to actually like to consume tech, man. It's going to take a lot. So our focus today is the path to profitability, and let me share my story to you. So I got into tech. I don't know. I think by accident, and since then I've just knew that, oh, come on, like this is not something I should kind of ignore. So I came into school just trying to get into medicine. I was so close, so close. So I got into optometry. Yeah, still medicine, right? So I I was just I've been someone that is 100% online, like you know that time that you just don't have anything to do and to just be suffering online. So most of the time I download movies online, but I just try to stay online, trying to know what's popping online. So yeah, I just bumped into coding and programming. I dabbled into it. I couldn't find that fit. So I was not, it was not resonating with me. Probably because I think I was using a PDF to read about it then. So then this era of YouTube was not really that popular. So I was just reading about it. I didn't really know so much. But I think over time I switched to design. So I started, making some good design. I started, getting a little bit comfortable in school with design. But I think I was home one day. I was watching MTV Base. I think they just switched the station to MTV Base. I was just at home and I was just those animations and stuff like that. So I was particularly intrigued. I was just like, come on, there has to be something that was made to create this. Like it's actually a human being that did this, not an alien. So I just rushed to Google. I was like, what software for animation? I was just typing in keywords on Google, and for like probably after 30 minutes or 40 minutes thereabout, I found the softwares responsible. I downloaded them and I started kind of like practicing, and I was just it was getting it was so confusing. There was a time I left it. I was like, this is so overwhelming. Then I kind of like, okay, let me try it again and again. Let me see. Okay, let me just try it. So I tried it again and it worked. Then at that time, I think I was kind of lucky in such a way that when I was moving to motion design, that was when video marketing was kind of in vogue. So people were looking for video animators to like create content, marketing content for them. So yeah, since then I've been trying to, I've worked with foreign clients like so much, many foreign clients, and I've earned so much. Like, yeah, I've made kind of millions multiple times. So that is something I feel I should share, that okay, the tech is actually a real industry of more than $5 billion, and you should actually, take your share from it, right? So now, where do you kind of start from, right? And I told you earlier, tech actually creates new jobs, like the jobs that will be in existence, right? The jobs that will make so much. We've not even heard them yet. That's what I wanted to know. Like right now, I feel the guys that are really eating it big are what we call blockchain engineers, right? These are the people that create your smart contracts that your that your major crypto projects run on, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the rest, right? So, like 2 years back, most of us don't even know what is blockchain engineering, even though we know that there's Bitcoin, but we don't know what exactly is blockchain engineering. But trust me, people that knew about it then and keyed into it, they are really eating it big right now. Like they are really eating big, right? So you know, just 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 not even hardcore software engineering, just blockchain engineering. There you can be getting like $200,000 in a year, like you know I read a story about a Nigerian that was working for as a blockchain engineer. The guy was getting $10,000 a week, like 5 million a week. Trust me, it's like so the possibilities are endless with tech. Tech is here to stay, and don't kind of like run away from tech. And there's this notion that tech is for people that are over brilliant. That I feel to thrive in the tech space, what you need is doggedness, right? You will come and you will see it and live like in any place that you choose to niche down on. You will most of the time try to find it confusing, right? But I think with every now and then it becomes in quotes easier to learn any tech skill, regardless of okay of whatever's like in comparison to how it is being done. Then as I told you earlier, my first experience with tech was me reading a PDF on how to code in HTML, right? So right now it's quite easier to actually gain these skills, right? These skills can position you for the future. You can, start up an investment in your life, honestly, like right now. And the way the tech make it is that it uses bias, right? You can work for anybody, anywhere, anytime, right? And doesn't discriminate on religion. Most of the time in tech industry, what works is, can you do the job? Can you give us results, right? That is how it is in tech, right? You you hear stories of 17-year-old founding companies, uh, and like legit companies. So tech is not here to like tech is all here for everybody, regardless of your age, your sex, your religion, anything. It's for anybody, and I'm imploring you. You can start your path towards profitability in tech. I know people that are earning so much, people that are writing blockchain articles. It used to be health articles that used to gain so much, or copywriting for products, but the blockchain, articles are they are quite on the high side, and you are being paid in foreign currency, right? With the way the naira is, experiencing devaluation, right? Edging your income can be in form of getting, a remote job. So a way you can actually kind of like find profitability in the tech industry is actually, getting a remote job. Getting a remote job. Now, the 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 world is now like balanced in such a way that you can be in Ibadan, you can be in Lagos, and you're working for a big company in USA. I'm not joking. I've been there. I've worked with countries in Portugal, Australia, USA. Yeah, major in Australia, USA, Philippines. So there are so many countries, right, that you can work for. In UK, right, you can work for anybody anywhere, as long as you've got the skills. No matter, it is the rest is sorted out. So you should actually, start thinking of how you can, like, you know, position yourself, right? You start thinking wide about how you want to position yourself in the industry. It is very, very important. So now talking about the future of tech, right? And also, let me also chip in this, right? There's this notion that okay, tech is for people that know mathematics, or people that people that the reason why I'm saying is because there's this drawback when we try to mention tech and people want to try to see it as a oh no 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 as an abomination. Oh no, I can't do anything to like this to tech is hard, is this, is that, right? What technique is dog energy, right? You fail, you get frustrated, you go back and you relax and you come back with full force. That is actually what tech needs, right? So the way it works is that you know the jobs the jobs are in excess, right? The jobs are there for you to pick on if you have the skills. And for these jobs, we have the non-tech, like we call it non-tech passive, but like they don't require you to code. And that that is the part of tech that most people don't know about. You can actually earn so much, like, and be comfortable while not coding, and you're still in the tech industry, right? The tech industry refers to the industry that makes use of any digital technology, be it entertainment, be it anyone, right? We can see how Uber, change the mobility landscape, right? You can now, take a cab with a stranger and all those things like that. You can let a stranger drive you to where you are heading to, right? We talk about Airbnb changing the hospitality sector now. You want to go to a place, you don't need to, go to hotels anymore. You can stay, you can rent, people's apartments and give them cash, right? People can loan out their apartments for you to stay in. You might like quite cheaper, and the whole scenario of being in an hotel is out of it, whereby you can cook in that person house, like just as if you are in your house back home, right? So every industry is being disrupted, and that is actually what the tech industry is. So if we look at Netflix, how Netflix is actually changing the entertainment industry and stuff like that. So there's so much. We look about Spotify, Apple. We look at how there's so much to actually talk about, right? So we look about all these our fintech apps, Kuda, Carbon, Paystack, Flutter. We look about how they are changing the payment landscape, right? Tech is an evolving, industry. So there are so many things, and you see, there will always be jobs. That is like there will always be jobs. So, and one thing that you should take note of and be important about is most of the time right now, like, to actually get a job in tech, you have to know yourself. At the beginning, let's talk about 2013, 2012. You kind of like you just probably have to do so little, and you gain the attention of employers, and top people. But right now, you kind of have to be in the intermediate stage to gain attention of people, right? But it's still not too late to get on board, right? Plan your path to profitability. You can, in school, like when you are done, you can, if probably you can be comfortable, you can just take like 6 months off to learn a skill. I'm telling you, you'll be grateful you did for the remaining six months of the year. Jobs are in abundance. I'm telling you, right? Now I personally feel we are not having an issue of unemployment. It's actually underemployment. Like, we have people, but we have jobs, right? We have jobs, but we don't have people that can take up these jobs. That is actually the issue that we are facing. Tech is here, tech is everywhere, but there are not people taking up tech skills enough, right? So kind of plan your path to profitability in that regard, right? Take up either the coding part or the non-coding part, whereby we have design, we have product management, we have sales, we have analysts. There's so much to actually pick up from there. So kindly, kindly look into that, and you would actually, you can actually, there are different ways you can take courses, right? Check Coursera, check Udemy. The information are there online, and what I would advise you if you're starting up is probably join communities, right? Be active on Twitter, right? There are so many things you can do to actually, elevate yourself. Right now, where you are, you just have to make a decision, right? So like, and most people, what most people tell me is that, okay, they don't have laptops and stuff like that. I feel like you're already limiting yourself, like you can never get it out. Just look inwards, right? There are resources here and there you can patch up together to get something wrong. I'm telling you, your future self will be grateful. You are, I, your future self will be so glad you are taking this beautiful step right now to like take your share out of the tech industry. So yeah, about industry, there are some skills that you should take up. Like as I said earlier, the jobs that are in trend few years back are not the one that are in trend right now. And employers are now looking for skills that relates to the future, right? Skills for you to actually plan to eat into tech in the future. You have to plan also for the skills that will also make you get those skills and perfect your future very very well. We are talking about self leadership skills, creativity skills, problem solving skills, and analytical. These are skills that were not kind of like at the forefront in many years ago. But right now, these are what you need to try in the tech industry, right? And how can you do this? How can you gain these skills? You can gain these skills by doing so much. You can gain these skills by tasking yourself, or like volunteering rather. So you can take up these skills by joining communities and volunteering. For example, if you're the lead, you are working, or you are doing your internship in a company and there's a problem that came up and they couldn't find it, but you're just thinking about it, right? You're thinking about it. That means you are stretching yourself, you are stretching your brain, right? So you can actually gain all these skills, analytical problem solving skills, by actually stretching yourself, join communities, join internships, right? Make a portfolio. So there's so much you can do, right? And you can be comfortable. Like I'm actually, I wake up in the morning, pray, take up my system, complete my tasks, rest, take up my system again, complete. That's how it works. And though it can be boring, but you know, I have friends that they just work, they play games, they go out, they go on vacation, right? So there's so much you can actually do. Just securing your future with tech, and it can only get better from it. That is it. For digital technology, it can only get better from it. Whereby we are still going to experience more and more disruption in that space, in whatever space that is in technology. And trust me, be sure we need humans. We need human that have skills to be able to hold key positions, right? That's why we need you. We need you to take up tech skills, incubate yourself, and yeah. So I think for the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about what you can do to like, okay, to like finalize, right? Okay, you started learning a skill. What are other things you should do? One thing I always say is to take your personal branding serious and your networking game, right? Upgrade yourself, right? Join LinkedIn, join Twitter, join Facebook, and just keep consistently posting about your works. You just post your works and leave. Talk about it, be conversational about it, right? You can do like a daily challenge of, okay, you always speaking to the camera, or you always doing reels or posting about your work many times, like once a day, right? So that is actually, personal branding for you, whereby you actually, talk about your works, and through that you can meet clients, like can meet clients from all over the world by talking, right? And the way networking works is someone knows someone that will knows someone that will change your life. It has happened to me before. Like most times, whereby I'm down with cash, I just end up in like the way it works. I just probably someone just sent me a message from nowhere. How did you know me? Oh, so person referred them, right? Because I've been able to like put myself out there, network with people, right? Enter people DMs, people that I believe okay will be a beneficial to my life, right? Enter people DM, get to know them. So yeah, I hope we've actually been getting some things right from a short talk, and also I want to actually answer the question about the future of profitability in the tech industry. The future of profitability in tech industry is actually depth, right? Depth. Know your stuff well. Depth, right? There's this culture of mediocrity, right, in the tech space, in like whereby you will just want to just do what is sufficiently enough, right? And we keep forgetting that in tech has already removed the barrier, right, from the Western countries and the African countries, whereby we can both stand head to head. We are both feeding on the same information, right? We are both working on the same data. We are both doing the same thing, courtesy of the internet, right? So that's what internet has, removed that barrier. So same with tech. Tech has also removed that barrier. So most people don't know that your fellow counterpart is actually an 18-year-old Korean guy, 17-year-old, Ukrainian that knows that has all the time in the world to learn all the skills, right? So there's this culture of mediocrity actually in the creative tech space, but I just wanted to do what is sufficiently enough. No, the future of profitability in tech is what depth. Pick a skill and know it so well. Know it like the back of your hand, right? And also there's this issue of shiny object syndrome in the tech space, whereby there's like an information overload, whereby you want to you know utilize the tech space, and there's so much information for you to consume. Today you are on UX design, tomorrow you are on product design, game design, and so many more. You like what our advice is, try as so many as possible, but make a decision as quick as possible, right? The money is in the specialization, the dollars is in the what when you specialize in a particular thing, that is what can actually kind of like make it perfect for you, whereby you kind of like focus your eye, right? Maintain your focus on a particular skill, and you know it so well like the back of your hand. So that is actually the depth of profitability in tech space is what is depth. Kindly know your stuff, perfect it, and trust me, you can be so good, right? And one thing I also want to talk about is communication, right? Your communication skills as a tech person, as someone that is looking to secure his or her future in tech, just look up to communication as a very important field, whereby your communication skill is top notch, right? Your communication skill is top notch. So I hope I've been able to touch a few areas on what how to position yourself for profitability in the tech space, and how I I I feel like okay, I was just luckily doing the right thing, but now the amount of information like that's available to you is so much, because I don't I was just networking with people that will eventually give me jobs. Now how do I meet these people? I was posting my work then, I was, going to events, right? All these tech events, I was going there, meeting new people. Oh, telling them this is what I do, right? You should start cultivating this habit too. And okay, if you know that okay, you can't communicate, start talking to the mirror, right? Start talking to yourself, right? Just know that you need these skills. You can Google skills that are needed for the tech industry, please. It's, the future of tech is about soft skills right now because all of you will be programmers, but what separates each person is these skills that I mentioned earlier: analytical skills, problem solving, creative thinking, you know, there and so much more. So kindly, make sure that your soft skills is actually intact, and you are picking up many soft skills as possible. You are emotionally intelligent and so much more, right? Because and the reason why I take communication sources is the way you speak to your clients, to your boss, that makes you, that provide this impression that you know what you are doing, right? When you start be stammering in front of your boss or stammering in front of your client, you tend to assume that you don't know how to. So all those things are actually what can, are you now seeing that it is more than actually knowing this tech, but there is that other factors you need to put into consideration before you before you finally try to secure your future in tech. I don't know if I'll be able to touch areas, right? And I want you to actually do me a favor, go on Google and research non-tech roles, and you'll be wowed about the list of the non-tech roles in tech that you can pick up. Pick up a tech skill today, and your future self will be happy you did. And I hope that with this you've been particularly intrigued and have learned one or two, right? As I said earlier, the future of tech is depth, and you should actually you should actually focus on it, right? Don't start doing everything at once. Nobody will employ someone that does so many things but not good in one, because the key for success in tech is start niching down. It is very, very important, right? That specialization is very, very important. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions, please you can ask me any question in the comments. I'll be here to check them. Thanks to the organizers for this event. Thank you and bye. Yeah, so I'll be waiting for the next speaker.
Hello. Okay. Sorry, I won't be. Sorry, I won't be using my camera. I just took the light. I just got home not long ago. They just took the light. It's about to rain, so I won't be using my camera. But I hope you'll be able to hear me clearly. So, where do we start from? So I will know how to pick up. So I think what I'm to discuss on is the future of entertainment. Uh, The future of entertainment. Entertainment is like the new oil at the moment. Entertainment is the new oil. I know we have so many things running at the moment. We have different things that can make you become whatsoever you want to be at the moment. And I think entertainment is one of them. If it is properly harnessed, entertainment is a big market. And it's one market that doesn't go out of vogue. The only thing that goes out of vogue is the person practicing the entertainment, but entertainment itself doesn't go out of vogue. Entertainment is it's forever. As far as everyone exists, as far as social media is still there, as far as we are still in existence, entertainment is there. It's an essential. It's essential. I think entertainment has played a good role in the lives of Nigerians right now. Imagine the system of government we find ourselves. This system is messed up. So many things are going wrong by the day. You wake up every day, there's one bad news or the other. But we in the entertainment field, our duty is to make sure that regardless of what happens, you have fun, you just unwind at least for the moment. I think, and me as a comedian, I think within the past few years, skit makers and comedians have been a major tool for reducing depression and of course trying to make sure people forget about the sorrows, forget about their whatsoever they are going through. I think we as comedians and skit makers, we've tried. We've tried to make sure the people forget whatsoever they are going through, make sure they forget about the situation at the moment. That's what we, the comedians, do. And I think we are getting the appreciation though, and it's becoming a big market for us, especially those of us that have YouTube channels and Facebook. We know what we earn from these channels, we know what we get. It's our office. The way everybody go to their office on Monday, the way civil servants will go to their office on Mondays, the way that we go and they wake up in the morning, take their bath and go. That's how we do. Wake up in the morning, think of a new idea, put it out there. Then somebody somewhere would watch, share, the other person will share, keep sharing. You get paid at the end of the month. We say if we get paid at the end of the month, it's a win-win for us. So the new future of entertainment is becoming broad as it stands now, especially those of us that are in the field of content creation. It's becoming a very wide market for us, and there's no such thing as there's no space in the market. And the sky is so wide in entertainment that 10 influencers or 10 artists or 10 entertainers can blow at a time and all of them will shine equally. Yeah, all of them will shine equally. That's how sweet entertainment is. Entertainment, nobody owns the monopoly of being relevant more than any other person. You, as far as you're good at your craft, you can be relevant at the same time that whiskey is relevant. You can be relevant as a comedian, you can be relevant at the same time that basketball out is relevant. Macaroni can be relevant and Sabinus can be relevant. That's how entertainment is so sweet that once you are good at your craft and you know what the people like, you know how to put it out there, the people will definitely embrace you. Sorry, I'm eating and I'm drinking tea. I just got home, so I'm trying to fill my stomach before I continue. So as I was saying, the field in entertainment is so wide right now. Me as a comedian, I've been doing comedy for a while, but I started doing the business part of comedy lately. I started doing the business part of comedy lately. I never knew that all the videos I've been shooting all this year that I can actually make money from them. No, not until lately. Started the issue. I started hearing about monetization. I started 2 years ago. I started hearing about monetization and stuff, and the requirement you need to meet up to monetize. I even thought it was only YouTube that can monetize you and stuff like that. I never knew you can be monetized on Facebook. I was like, really? So Facebook can also pay you. Okay, sorry for the break in transmission. A call just came in. So as I was saying, so I discovered that I can actually make money. I can actually make money from my Facebook when I monetize my Facebook, and I was like, wow. So Facebook gives you a requirement you need to meet up before you can monetize. Facebook gives you like 4 options of monetization. You can monetize from your live video where adverts will pop up, and you can monetize from ads in on videos. When you post your videos, then Facebook will place their ads on it, and you make money from that. So I started working at. They say you have to meet 600,000 views. And I discovered that I can start creating contents, and people are engaging. With my content, people are engaging on them. So what I need to do is to double the pace I used to shoot my content. Before I would do once in a week, so I started doing 3 in a week, so I can meet up with that 600,000 views that I can be monetized on Facebook. So I met that I was able to reach that 600,000 views. I was able to reach 10,000 followers, which currently I'm even more than that at the moment. And I was able to get people engaged on my content every day. These are the requirements you need to be active, to be monetized on Facebook. So I met them, and I've applied for my monetization, and Facebook approved my monetization on Facebook at the moment. So entertainment is becoming a market that would it's it's becoming a place where anybody can venture into once you just know how to manage the time. Especially Facebook. Facebook is becoming so vast that everybody can start getting paid from Facebook. Those videos you post on Facebook that people will laugh on them and stuff like that. Or it's the time to get to where you understand the business in that very video, start making money. So entertainment is broad. Entertainment, like the music. In music, if I want to talk about music now, the likes of Whiskey, Davido, and this, there's a level you get to in that entertainment, you become relevant, and you would be like, let's use Davido for example. You can't price Davido the way you are pricing Fireboy. You can't price Davido the way you are pricing, but these guys have understood they're relevant. But if you want to check it musically, Fireboy is doing well. Fireboy is so good in his music, but you can't price them the same. But all of them are doing well. So likewise in the comedy industry, you can't price us the same. I'm doing well in my own field. Sabinus Macaroni and Nasty Black and the rest are doing well in their own field. But you can't price us equally because those ones seems like they are the A-list comedians, and we are still coming up. We are the B list, but that doesn't change that the fact that we are also good in our craft. So the future of entertainment now is becoming something anybody can venture into once you understand the business. Just get to understand the business, get to know what you need to do. You would enjoy the market. And we have so many people that are YouTubers today entertaining people via their YouTube channel, like this very channel we are talking on right now. In the next 10 years, somebody will crack this secret of if you understand the market that you had your channel, you are bringing us on your channel to talk. Few years from now, so many people will also understand this, and then you already be big. You see so many people coming into this as YouTubers and understanding the market, making money off it. So I feel the future of entertainment is the new oil. Regardless of what anybody will say, regardless of whatsoever you think about entertainers, you might think, okay, these guys are just rough people. I can categorically tell you, majority of the wealth that has been spent in Nigeria is about entertainment. When it comes to money circulation in this country, entertainment has a very large percentage in money circulation in this country. I can categorically tell you that. From the musicians to the comedians to the dancers to the OAPs to the MCs, every area of entertainment. As far as Nigeria is concerned, entertainment, I can boldly tell you, entertainment have like 60% of the money circulating around right now. People go to clubs every day. They want to listen to music in the club. They want to see an artist perform in the club. People go to show every day. They want to see a comedian perform at the show. They want to see a new face. I want to see an influencer in the show. People spend their money. People buy table for 2.5 million just to come and watch this influencer. So majority of the money circulates right now. I can tell you arguably, I can arguably tell you that 60% coming from comedian, from entertainers. And me as a comedian, I think the future of entertainment is so bright that it keeps getting better. It doesn't get to a stage where it does okay, this stage it's out of vogue. Entertainment can't go out of vogue. It keeps getting better. And I will subsequently we'll see new faces, we'll see new people come on board, you'll see new concepts, people would bring new ideas, people would bring another kind of entertainment, but it's still entertainment. It keeps evolving, it keeps evolving. But what makes you relevant is you changing with time, following the time. Like I can give you Basket Mouth, for example. Basket Mouth is one of those comedians that when it comes to the comedy industry in Nigeria, they've moved. There was a time where Night of Italian Laugh was the biggest comedy show. You have the likes of Basket Mouth on the show, AY on the show. So that was stand-up comedy growing. Then it came to a time where people still love stand-up comedy though, but people needed to see another realm of comedy. The likes of AY and Basket Mouth now switched to giving us videos, comedy videos. Then like Bobby also did extended family. Then AY was doing AY's crib. Then Basket Mouth was the one doing skits, just normal skits then. But now he's doing flatmates and the rest. So that people now evolved from the normal stand-up comedy, even though they were still watching stand-up comedy, but they needed something fresh. They were now going for the videos, the comedy skits and whatever. Which is they need acting. They needed to see something different, which was acting. And comedy evolved from stand-up to acting, but stand-up is still very relevant because people still pay to go and watch these guys in shows. So from those sitcoms where they were doing, it now evolved to normal skits. Yeah, Instagram gave us a platform to drop videos for 30 seconds. Then it was 30 seconds, not now that Instagram has given us a longer time. Then you had just 30 seconds to crack people up. That was when the likes of Dr. Craze, Mama Toby, Twice, those guys that started, they were the pioneers of short comedies then. This Craze Clown. He was doing so well that he could create content that would crack you up in 30 seconds. Then Instagram now elongated it to 1 minute. That's where we started having the likes of Sydney Talker and the rest. Then they started giving us more time. Okay, now you can post up to 10 minutes. It even became better. That now we started having so many comedians. When Sabinus came up, Sabinus would do a video in 1 minute, make you laugh. Can do in 4 minutes, make you laugh. So it keeps getting better. But the fun about it is that the more it keeps growing, the previous part of it doesn't die. That is the stand-up and all those stages that it passed, they don't die. They are still there, they are still valid. People still patronize all those kind of entertainment. But it keeps new styles keep coming up and people keep embracing all of them. If the same as to music, there was a time where it was the likes of Don Jazzy. Well, let's start from the likes of those that did high life those days. They were there. Then they now switched to Fela. Was the pioneer of this Afrobeat that we are using today. And Fela, from the likes of Fela now moves to where street music, where we have the likes of Danfo Driver doing street, Sample Ekwe doing street. Then it now moved again. From that, we moved to Galala and all those kind of entertainment in music. Then it moved again to this back to Afrobeat, where the likes of Wizkid and Davido came up. They were now pioneers. They were now like the leading acts of Afrobeat. Then Burna Boy joined them, which is also doing so well for himself. You can Olamide is there too. But one thing about Olamide, Burna Boy, Davido, and Wizkid that makes them look like the top artists is that for every single year that anything trends, these guys will switch and follow up with whatsoever the trend is. They will switch and move with the trend. They will always want to blend with whatsoever is trending. And that's why they are relevant. That's why you see the likes of Solid Star was doing so well. Then when the pattern of music changed, he couldn't blend with the new one, and it's not he just stopped for the moment and he went out of the market. So music is something that you have to move with time. You have to move with whatsoever. You have to move with the new trend. Like now, right now, I can say Piano is trending. So the likes of Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy, they all jumped on Piano. Olamide also did so. But one person I can comment so well is Olamide. Olamide has always tried to make sure it's relevant for every new trend that comes up. He gives you a hit for it. And that's what growth in the entertainment industry is all about: understanding your place, making sure that no matter what comes, whatsoever the trend is, you try your possible best to blend in, change your pattern. You might not change it entirely, but adjust your pattern so it will suit that very trend, and that's how it works. So basically, I think that would be my take on the entertainment industry and the growth in it, the future in it. So the future is so bright. Like I said, it keeps getting better, keeps getting better. It's the new oil. There's money online that even without people coming, without people inviting you to do stuff, you can make your money online. And there's a level of relevance you create for yourself. Who will bring adverts to you, and you become an influencer. That's how sweet entertainment is right now. Entertainment, nobody has the monopoly of greatness in it. As long as you know how to play your card, as long as you know how to adjust to the trends, you'll definitely get there. And in the nearest future, hmm, you're going to see another crazy aspect of entertainment because things are changing. So many new ideas are coming, coupled with the fact that technology is advancing every day. There's so many new forms of entertainment we are going to see, and I'm hoping to be part of that very evolution. I'm hoping to be able to blend with whatsoever comes up. But at the moment, we're still in the stage of doing the Facebook and YouTube content creation and stuff and going to shows. And I think I still believe there's another realm of entertainment that is still going to come, that is still going to change the status quo, that is still going to make give room for more creatives to show what they have to show to the world. I think that would be my take on the future of entertainment. Thank you very much. And if you have any question, you can just drop it as a comment below. I'll attend to them. Wow, wow. I'll just give you a few minutes to type your questions or type whatsoever you want me to address, then I'll address them. It seems that the host of the show is having network issues and is trying to connect back with us. So I'll be waiting. Okay. Okay, so the host is saying his network is crazy from the other side. So thank you very much guys for joining the live show. I hope you guys were able to learn from my own little wealth of knowledge. And hopefully I'll be able to speak to you more on this very issue some other time where I would have you interact with me, talk to me, and ask me some questions. But I want you to know that entertainment is the new oil. There's money in there. And we all are going to harness it if only you can just take your time and just get work with the trend. We're going to make money of this. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you some other time. Since the network today is somehow, well, some other time we are going to meet again, and it's going to be an awesome time. Thank you very much. I'll be leaving the show now.